Good afternoon, Colorado. Welcome to a Hump Day edition of What's for Lunch. I'm your host, Larry Hers, and today in studio, all the way from Union Station, I have Adam from Ultreia.
Hello.
So, little known trivia. I actually haven't even told you this. I used to own a place in Union Station called A Bar, way back before you were born. Union Station, before it was remodeled, it was kind of had its own coolness then, but now it's unbelievable. If you've never been to Union Station, besides checking out his restaurant, of course, it's a must-see. Give us a little history of you and Ultreia.
So, my name's Adam Brands. I'm the chef partner at Ultreia. We've been open for 3.5 years. We came in a couple years after the remodel. So Ultreia is a Spanish, Portuguese, tapas, small plates, wine bar sort of vibe. We also have Stoic and Genuine as our sister restaurant, also in Denver Union Station.
Part of Crafted Concept?
Crafted Concepts, that's correct.
Jen Jasinski's
Jen Jasinski, Beth Brewich, yes. Rioja and Bistro Vendome as well.
Some of the best restaurants in town if you've never been to any of these. They're all amazing.
Thank you. So we crank tapas, my team and I, bunch of small plates, and try to keep it interesting, keep it local. I work with a lot of local farms, sangria, wine, Perons, the whole Spanish bag.
All right, let's start with this. Cheers. Thanks for coming in.
Of course, thank you.
So this is sangria. And wow, that's a really good sangria. That's not your typical sangria. What's in this?
So this is, it's some Grenache red wine. There's some grape juice, some cranberry juice, a little bit of brandy, just like the usual suspects, but we kind of played with the ratios a little bit. So
we got a lot of food to get into, so I just want to get going on it.
Yeah.
So we're going to start over here and just keep going.
Perfect.
This is our close-up dot. So what do we got there?
So this is chorizo and cider. So we stew contemplito chorizo in a Basque cider, and we garnish it with apples and a little bit of Mahone cheese.
That's a really good start right there. I want to try that for sure.
Yeah, one of our most popular items here, these are the stuffed dates, stuffed with goat cheese, za'atar, oregano, wrapped in bacon, and they're fired in the oven to order.
And so everybody, how many tapas would somebody, that's the hard thing to know, how much to order.
Yeah, we kind of try to guide everybody through their little experience depending on how hungry they are, what time of day, if they're there to drink, just kind of nibble. But we typically like to say, start with 3 and see how you're feeling and kind of go from there. So,
what do they cost approximately? Are they all over the place?
They're all over the place, but roughly between $6, and we have some that are upwards of $18.
Okay.
So these are the croquetas de jamón. So we take all of our ham scrap from our jamón iberico, and we make croquettes out of them, and then they get dusted in a little bit of tomato powder. That's our most popular tapa, far and away.
Awesome. Okay.
This is a little interesting aspect to what we do. It's tin fish. So this is, in particular, stuffed squid in a ragu sauce. It comes from Portugal, from a company called Jose Gourmet. We serve it with potato chips, a little bit of aioli, some lemon, and some black salt. We have about between 10 to 15 different tins of fish on the shelf at all times. It's kind of a cult-followed thing. We don't sell a lot of them, but when people know tin fish, they really know it. So it's a fun little program.
Making your own chips?
Yes. A little bit of smoked tomato powder on those.
Figured you did.
So this is a 2-year jamón serrano. This is kind of like our workhorse ham, but we have about 5 to 8 different hams from different parts of the world at all times in the restaurant.
Okay.
So
this is not that one.
That's correct. Yeah, this is like a younger version of it.
I like this presentation here.
So obviously we try to use as much as we can so we don't throw away our tins. Yeah. We reuse those for plates. So this is marinated olives. These are losada olives. We marinate them in cherry vinegar, olive oil, thyme, some citrus. Pretty basic. The little pink ones on top, I swear they taste like rosé. They're wonderful. Those are called corny cabras.
How did you learn all that stuff? Did you know before you started working there?
No, I come from French food is my background actually. So it was a fun process.
I mean, you sound really knowledgeable.
Yeah. I mean, it was years of study for sure. So churros, pretty basic churro with a cinnamon, sugar, and cardamom dusting. And then we actually infused the chocolate with Licor 43, which is a classic Spanish aperitif. So a little bit of booze in the chocolate. This is arguably the first tapa, very much argued. Spanish like to argue.
How far back do you think that goes?
there's really no date, but tapa means top. So before there was refrigeration, or before there was modern refrigeration, flies would get into wine, so they would always put something on top of the wine. That's where tapa came from. So some people say it was just a piece of bread. Some people say it was pan con tomate. So that's what this is. So this is just pan de cristal that we make in house. A little bit of fresh tomato from one of our neighboring farms, olive oil and salt, and then the bread after it's toasted is rubbed with raw garlic. So really, really simple tapa, but I eat that every single day. That's my favorite.
I got to start eating more tapas because I like variety and trying different things. And everywhere I go, I just get my entree.
Yes.
There's no tapas anywhere in the tech center, so maybe you guys could open one out here.
I would love to. So these are just crispy artichokes. So these are young Italian artichokes that we fry, and we serve with a shishito crema, kind of highlighting spring. So the crema is made with goat cheese, obviously shishito peppers, cilantro, pretty bright, light little tapa there for springtime.
Okay.
This highlights some of our raciones, we call them on the menu, or our larger plates, are more of our entrees. So these are more spiced ribs. So I'm from St. Louis, and we had to do a rib. So these are braised in olive oil, and then they're picked up with on the plancha and glazed with some sherry vinegar again, some pimenton, more oil, and then we serve them with Basque chilies, Pipara chilies. So it's bright. And
I don't know about you guys, but I want to eat everything. You guys too?
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll move that guy. Let's talk about that guy.
So this is Jamón Ibérico. This is Cinco Jotas. So it's one of the most prized hams in Spain. The most prized, in my opinion, is a ham called Joselito, which we can't get in this country. Okay. We were lucky enough to get Cinco Jotas. When we got it, we were one of like 10 restaurants in the country that had it. Now they're everywhere, which is fantastic. So yeah, it's aged 4 years. It's a whole leg of an Iberian hog, and we just shave it and serve it by the half ounce.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty
I think
cool.
we had all the food, really.
That's it. That's everything. Yeah.
And now you want me to do something with this?
You got a Perón. So.
Okay, go ahead.
So this
Explain
is
to them too what it is.
Chocolina. Chocolina. We get really excited this time of year when we get our first rounds of Chocolina in. So this is the first case that we got this year, and Chocolina is better when it's aerated. So typically when they pour Chocolina, they pour it from a distance. So they'll hold the glass down here and just like cider and let it aerate it. But as it hits the glass, it'll bubble up. So another way to do it is to Perón. So the Perón is a way to fill a wine glass, but originally Perons were made of leather, and they took them out when they were picking grapes in the vineyards. So they didn't have any glassware, and they would just hold it up and Perón into their mouths. So, Chocolina.
Yeah, you're laughing, Pam. This was her idea that I should do this. So I'm going to do this from a distance.
So start close. And then work your way out. And don't pour it on yourself.
No. It's just live. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll edit this out, right, Josh? This isn't live, is it? I've never done this before, just so you folks know at home that this could go really badly, and I don't have a change of clothes. Start with it in my mouth.
Yep, and then pour it
but
up.
Don't actually put it in my mouth.
Yep, and then just extend your arm as it's pouring. You got it.
Don't like this idea.
Extend.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah!
I should have gone a lot higher or slower.
You got it.
Really? I got it? Actually, that kind of works. A little bit on the floor. Nobody saw that though, right?
Yeah.
What are your hours these days?
So we are 11 until 10.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, and then we're 10 until 11, Saturday and Sunday.
And you're doing brunch?
Yeah, we do lunch, we do brunch. We have a really popular happy hour and dinner.
Okay. What kind of stuff you do on brunch?
Brunch, we do like a Spanish French toast. We do like sausage and beans.
Frittata?
Yeah, we do like a Spanish tortilla. Yeah, just some basic, brunch items as well.
And for those who don't know, I guess it depends which side you're coming from, but where exactly are you located in Union Station?
So when you walk into the Grand Hall, you walk past the terminal bar, we're the first door on the right.
If you're coming from that side.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right next to terminal bar.
Yeah, right next to the terminal bar.
Yeah.
What's your website?
www.ultreiadenver.com.
Awesome.
So.
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
You as well.
What should I
Thanks
eat?
for having me. I'd say go with the Cinco Jotas.
Okay.
This is the big 4-year aged tan here.
Look at that. You can see right through that, right? All right. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of What's for Lunch. I got Flagstaff House coming tomorrow. Let's eat. Yeah, I'm going to eat the whole thing.